This is a crucial interview which determines whether you're going to live or not. If they don't believe you in this interview, they will send you back, meaning sending you back to your grave. Such a crucial interview requires you to prepare for your future identity. But you cannot prepare because you don't know anything. You don't even know the dress code. If you dress posh, they will think that you are lying about your desperate circumstances. If you dress poorly, they will think that you are an economic migrant.
The agency of this stress is everything. The first day you came, you have to make a case via your solicitor for the Home Office in order to stay in the UK as refugee. But it's important to tell your story such a way that immigration officer believe you. You need to make them trust you, trust your story, and let it stand out from the others they have heard in the interview room. You need to show them that you are innocent and have had the most terrible political problem in your country.
Then I became an asylum seeker. I went for another interview. I was taken to Croydon Lorna House to claim asylum by two kind people because I could not live in the country illegally. They were not allowed to go inside with me, so I went alone. The queue was long and the interview took a long time. I could not stand because I was too ill, so I had to just lie down as I waited in the queue.
The first question was, why are you here? Automatically, that made me think I was not in my right mind, that I was hearing things.
Everyone try hard to show her or himself as trustworthy in order to be believed. I knew this from the beginning when I was inside the lorry thinking about truth. When I got off, the first thing that came to my mind was, how can I persuade people who I am and where I come from? This is my real identity. I am innocent, not a criminal. But who will believe me? From right after you get off the lorry until your asylum process finishes, you fight to be trusted by those you are connected to, like the lorry driver, the border control officer, police officer, security guard, immigration officers, translators, solicitors, interviewers, your neighbors, even your fellow asylum seekers who sleep in the same room with you.
After that, we were taken to Oakington Detention Center, where another interview was conducted. This time, it was not me who was crying, but the officer, a lady from the Home Office. When she interviewed me, I narrated my story and how my friends had rescued me in order to save my life. When I saw her cry, I thought, it's my fault she's crying. I just wanted the floor to open up and swallow me. I felt I was a bad person who had made her cry. I thought that I was the one in the wrong and that I did not deserve any kindness.
The second question was, how did you come here? This one sent my mind back to the terrifying journey I made across the deadly water in the river, where there were crocodiles, snakes, and hippos, all dangerous species that lives in the water. This felt like reopening a healed wound. The pain and the shame of forcing my mind to revisit the experience prevented me from opening my mouth and my eyes. All I could do was to put my head down. A runny nose and tears were the only answer. At this time, my mind was battling with, should I tell him that to me, he and his colleagues looks like the same perpetrators who put me to this position? Should I tell him that the journey he's asking me about robbed my dignity as a woman? I thought I was telling the official that I needed a female officer to interview me. The official went away without replying. He thought he had left a person sitting on the little wooden chair in the cubicle. No, he had left a human shell sitting there. The inner me had meanwhile gone several times to hell and back. I sat there, touching my body, and asked myself several times, am I still alive? Or this is the end of me?
During the interview, the lady asked me to look in the camera as she was going to take my photo. But what I did was laughable. I opened my mouth wide and stuck my tongue out as far as it would go out of my mouth. I think I was running mad.
When the official came back, he gave me the interview determination, saying, here's a letter. It says that you are liable to be detained. Go away and read it carefully. I didn't understand it all, but I understood detained. I didn't want to set my eyes on it. I took the paper, went away to my little room, and closed myself into that room for a week, waiting for a judgment day. The asylum interview is torture heaped upon torture.
We know that trust is key to everything when you apply for asylum. But what do you need to do to be trusted if telling the truth is not enough?